Kirby's job is taking photos of babies. She loves it, and her greatest wish in life is to be a mum herself. After years of heartbreak, one of her clients offered to be a surrogate. It was a great moment of sheer joy. All was going to plan until the birth.
I've lost everything. I've only got myself now.
You're hurting.
Yeah, but I don't have any right to. It's not my baby.
This is a story you have to see to believe.
Yes, we were intending on giving her a child. We wanted her to have a baby.
It was supposed to be the ultimate gift from one woman to another.
Guess what? What? We're pregnant.
What?
Oh my goodness. We have our surrogate.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
3, go.
She was at your baby shower.
Yeah.
She was posing for photos,
Yes.
smiling, happy at your baby shower.
Yeah. 20-week scan. So I would obviously go to medical appointments, pay for the appointments when I was there.
But Kirby would never get the baby because of a backflip at birth.
You were made to believe it was going to be your baby.
Yeah, and that's all. I'm not here to take people's babies. That's horrific. I know what it feels like to lose a baby. I would never put that pain into somebody.
We didn't maliciously go out to hurt Kirby and promise it all the world and, you know, strip it away.
Kirby's Gold Coast home is filled with reminders of babies.
I am a birth photographer and a doula, and I work in childbirth.
She loves helping mothers capture special moments with their newborns.
Because it brings me joy to bring families something that I should have had.
Kirby's desperate to be a mum herself.
I can't lose another baby. We have been trying for a child since 2012. Suffered multiple reoccurring miscarriages and then deemed infertile.
Then she was given the offer of a lifetime.
So I met a family through my work. I was their newborn photographer to start with, and I witnessed firsthand and photographed her first surrogacy. After that surrogacy, I was going through a loss, and that's when she gave me a card and offered to be my surrogate.
Yeah, I offered to be her surrogate and, you know, I'm good for it.
We spoke with the woman but can't identify her for legal reasons.
At the beginning, you were willing to give her a baby for free, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone said to me, how can someone just, you know, do this? How can someone give away a baby? Some people can do it, and I had seen firsthand she could, and she was offering, so why wouldn't I?
What progress did you get up to?
Yeah, a beautiful family in WA gifted us 6 embryos. So we went through donor counselling with that couple.
But in the meantime, Kirby got a surprise call from the intended surrogate.
And she held up a pea stick and said, "You're pregnant." And that's when I found out she had accidentally conceived with her husband. And they just said, it's real simple, we're just skipping a step.
I had 3 kids at the time. You don't plan on having, like, being pregnant. There were a lot of factors that were behind it.
So Kirby and her then husband announced their good news.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
It's happening!
Yeah, it's happening.
Oh my goodness. And it's not in me. Oh my God. Yeah.
What do you mean?
The couple falling in love with the baby girl at scans and ultrasounds.
What did you see? And I had hands.
Yeah, she wanted me to have a baby shower. She said, I'm not giving you this experience for you to not have all the experiences.
An incredibly unique experience, as Kirby discovered.
I couldn't find anyone in Australia that had done this. Then I called the Queensland Adoption Hotline, and I was advised that adoption in Queensland is illegal, private adoption.
So they engaged lawyers.
But we could do a parentage agreement and a consent order. So the child will always be legally ours, However, she would have guardianship over the child and be able to access things like Medicare.
I mean, you were fully convinced that you were having this baby.
Yeah.
During the pregnancy, Kirby's marriage broke down and she moved into an apartment by herself. But she was assured the baby girl was still hers until she tried to see her at the hospital.
Well, I was asked not to be there at the birth.
Unbeknownst to me, Kirby rocked up the next morning knowing that she wasn't meant to be at the hospital. Security were called, escorted out of the hospital.
Did your mind change like when you gave birth?
No, it didn't. The social worker turned around and said, I don't feel safe allowing you to hand over a child to her.
And were you ever given an explanation?
Other than Child Services intervened.
That's it. They hadn't yet signed any paperwork, but that didn't matter anyway.
Even if they signed the agreement, both parties need to get independent counselling, they need to get independent legal advice, they need to prepare the agreement which outlines all of the arrangements, and once all of that happens they need to go to court, but even then there's no guarantee that a court would make an order to allow the intended parents to ultimately be the parents of the child.
Lawyer Richard Mitri.
In Australia, surrogacy itself is legal, but it is highly regulated. It is very difficult to ultimately implement. If the birth mother changes her mind, the birth mother will be entitled to retain the child as her child.
There were kind of cracks in the sense that with her divorce, she wasn't maybe in the best financial position.
I've never spoken to anyone. No one's come and looked at my home. Nobody's called me. The social worker is still yet to call me back from said hospital that I was removed from. I did want to be a mum. I think this has really wrecked me.
And that is just a desperate, messy situation, and one we understand is difficult for everyone involved. We just hope that you're okay, Kirby.